Hello guys, in this video series, we'll be recreating this weather app that we previously created and deployed on Netlify into a mobile app. So if you can see that this is a completely responsive app and we are going to use this as a template and create our own mobile app. So we had previously used HTML, CSS and JavaScript to create this one. So now we'll be using React Native to create this UI and load the data from the weather app API. So the tool we are going to use here is Expo. So we will be using the command line version, that interface between the developer and Expo tools, and we'll be using this to create the project, create the React project, and we'll create the Android and iOS app based on the singular code base of React Native. The beauty of using Expo CLI is it's very easy. Just one line of code and you have installed everything that you needed. There is no problem like setting up Android Studio or downloading and installing Java and all those things into your system. So in this system, I have not currently installed Android Studio. Neither have I installed Java. So this is completely based off this npm package. In this video, we'll be setting up the project and play around a little bit with React Native. That's all we are going to do today. The rest of the videos will be launched throughout this week, and there is a link in the description to the playlist that contains all the videos in the series. So if you're interested, do check them out. So let's begin by installing Expo CLI on our system. So I'll go to docs.expo.io, and from here we'll copy this npm install -t expo CLI, open the terminal. So I'll go into a folder and I'll just git bash here. So if you're on Windows, you can use PowerShell as well, but I am using git bash. So I just paste that code here, or I'll just type it npm install -t expo CLI. So make sure you have Node installed. So install Node.js from the site. I have already installed the Node, but for some reason it showed the error. But after I check the version, it's working fine. So now the installation has begun. It will take some time to install the package. So wait a little. I'll join back after the installation is done. So now the installation of the Expo package is completed. So now if you go ahead and type Expo who am I, so it's giving me my name, but for you it will show that there is no user existing. So you have to create an Expo account and log in with that. So there is command line tool itself. So I will be attaching this installation guide in the description. So you can check that out if you want to quickly set everything up. So once everything is set up, we'll create a project using Expo CLI. So to do that, we'll go here and we'll create a new app. So to create a new app, we can do Expo init and type the app name to create the app. So we'll just copy this code from here, and in the command line Expo init weather app React Native. So here it is given that input is required because Expo CLI is in non-interactive mode and we need to give an argument of template. So we'll just do that. So in the above code, we will do template and we'll give the template as blank. Okay, so now it is downloading the basic project files and it's installing the JavaScript dependencies. So if you see the folder here, a folder was created, React weather app React Native. We'll just let it complete installing the dependencies, then we'll open the folder in Visual Studio Code. So now the project is ready. So we'll change the directory to our weather app folder, and we'll open this folder in Visual Studio Code. So you can see we have opened it in VS Code, and we'll minimize all the other windows. So we'll just minimize this, we'll maximize this, and there you have it. We have the project folder open, and all the folders and files are available in the left hand drawer. So you can see there is app.js file, there is a folder called export shared, there are few assets that are available. So we'll run it as it is without changing anything, and we'll see how it looks. So here to run, you can say npm start. Okay, so we'll just do that. Since we do not have any emulators running, we can just do npm start and it will run them in web. So we'll open the terminal from here and we'll do npm start. So this will also take a little bit of time because it's the first time it's loading. So you can see a new window was open and the export developer tools was opened. You can see a window that's basically the console of this project. There are different options to run the project. Since we do not have an emulator or a simulator running, we'll just run in browser. So we'll click that. So it's attempting to run in web browser, and you can see that Webpack on 19006 in development mode is starting. So now the app is loaded into a browser window. So we'll just for now make it into a mobile view and we'll just minimize it. So this is what we are working with. Okay, so we'll just make it like this so that we can see the CLI, the code, and the project at the same time. So where is this code coming from? So if we open the app.js, you can see the text here, which is open up app.js to start working with your app. So this is what produces what we see here. So if we change, say, the text from here to, say, hello world and save that, it will instantly reflect whatever we did here into here. Now we have the basic structure of the app ready. Now let's try to bring the background image into this section. Okay, so to do that, first we need the image. We can download this image from Unsplash. So I have already downloaded the image and I have it in my downloads folder. So I'll just copy that image and paste it in the assets folder. So in the assets folder, you can see there are different images. One for splash screen, icon, the favicon, and the adaptive icon. So we'll just paste the image here itself. So in the when you refresh the Explorer, you can see that the photo is added. So we'll just rename the file. So we have renamed the file. We'll just collapse the terminal here, and for now let's close the Explorer as well. So to set the image as the background image, first we need to import a component from the React Native library. So we'll import the image background component, and we'll set it as a child of view. So in the view, we'll set image background, and we'll put image background as covering everything inside it. Okay, so for the image background we need a source. Okay, so to get the source, we'll import the image. So const image equal to require dot slash assets slash image dot png. So this will give the image. Now we need to set it as the source of image background, which is source equal to curly braces and image. So this sets the image as the background image for the whole application. So when we save that and it's loading here, you can see a small changes happened behind the hello world. So we need to set that in such a way that it takes the whole screen. Basically what needs to be done is we have to style it. So in React Native, as you may have already noticed, below the export default, you can see a cons styles object here. So this is basically a style sheet that is imported from React Native, and we are creating a styles object within that. Okay, and we are referencing this object here. So you can see in the styles we have style sheet.create, and in the create we have defined a container, and we have defined few styles here. Okay, so what we have done here is, in the view we have set the styles, and we have set the style of container as this. There's a different way of setting the styles for the container, but we will show that in a later video. For now, do some changes here. So we'll just remove the background color. We'll remove the align items and justify item center. So now we can see there is a small portion in the top. That's the image, and the text is here as well. Okay. So now we need to style the image background. So as I said, there is another way. So we'll style using that. So style equal to, here itself we can do inline styles. So using double curly braces, and we can say that flex :1, and we'll resize cover. So cover needs to be string, and we'll justify content center. Okay, so you can see now everything, the image takes the whole screen and the text is here in the middle. Okay, so in the code you can see that the code becomes a little bit difficult to manage. So that is why we can basically cut the whole thing from here. Okay, and we can define it here. So we can say that style image, and we'll paste the object here, and we can just reference the image from here to here, which is styles dot image. So when we save that, the code looks much cleaner here, and the styles are structured well here, and the result is still the same. So one more thing before I leave from this video is that it will be very beneficial if you download the extension. So in the extension you can see that this extension, which is ES7 React Redux GraphQL, there are a lot of Emmet snippets that is available using this extension. So I'll be using them in the future videos. So if you need that, do install the extension. So that's all we will do for today, and in the next video we'll be creating the component on the top. So that is this section here. So if you are interested, do check that out, and see you guys in that.